Welcome to Coin Explorer. What makes a 5-cent coin from 1980 worth looking at today? At first glance, this Jefferson nickel appears ordinary. A familiar portrait, a historic building, and a denomination of just 5 cents. But the small letter beneath the date gives this particular coin an important identity. It is a 1980p Jefferson nickel from Philadelphia. And 1980 was the year the P Mint mark became a regular part of Philadelphia coinage. That detail makes this otherwise common nickel especially interesting to collectors. The coin shown is a United States 5-cent piece dated 1980, bearing the P Mint mark for Philadelphia. Its obverse features Thomas Jefferson facing left, with Liberty, the year 1980, and In God We Trust around the portrait. The reverse presents Monticello, Jefferson's Virginia home, with E Pluribus Unum above, and United States of America, 5 cents, and Monticello below. The design was created by Felix Schlag and had been used since 1938. The specifications are straightforward and help confirm what this coin is. A standard 1980p Jefferson nickel measures 21.20 millimeters across and weighs 5.00 grams. Its composition is 75% copper and 25% nickel, producing the familiar silvery appearance, without making it a silver coin. The edge is plain, not reeded. These specifications distinguish the regular 1980p issue from special historical compositions and from other 5-cent pieces that collectors may encounter. There is also an important story behind the letter P. Philadelphia traditionally did not place a mint mark on its coins. During World War II, however, the mint temporarily used P on Philadelphia nickels after nickel was removed from the alloy. That wartime practice ended after the emergency composition period. In 1980, Philadelphia began using P again on circulating denominations, with the cent being the major exception. For Jefferson nickels, the return was permanent. Why did the mint make so many Jefferson nickels in 1980? The answer is less dramatic than a rarity story. This was a normal period of large-scale circulating coin production, and the nickel remained an everyday denomination used for ordinary transactions. The 1980p issue reached a reported mintage of 593,004,000 pieces. That enormous production total means the date was not created as a scarce collectible. It was made to serve commerce, and many examples survived. By 1980, the Jefferson nickel was already a well-established part of American coinage. Jefferson had replaced the Buffalo nickel on the 5-cent piece in 1938, while Felix Schlag's Monticello reverse became one of the most recognizable designs in United States circulation. The design continued through 2003, so this 1980 coin belongs to a long-running series rather than a short experimental issue, giving it historical continuity even though the individual coin is common. The collector question begins with condition. Most 1980p nickels entered circulation, and ordinary circulated examples are generally worth about their 5-cent face value. Wear, scratches, discoloration, and contact marks are common after decades of use. Current reference guides also place circulated examples around face value. That is important because age alone does not create a premium. A coin can be more than 40 years old and still remain a very common circulating collectible. Uncirculated coins are a different matter because preservation becomes more important. A 1980p nickel that retains its original luster, sharp details, and minimal marks can attract more attention than a worn example. Current guides show premiums for higher mint state grades, although exact prices depend on the marketplace and the coin's precise grade. Certification can also matter because professional grading provides an independent assessment, but grading fees and selling costs must be considered too. One of the most important Jefferson nickel characteristics is the staircase beneath Monticello. Collectors often look for full steps, meaning the steps are sharply and completely defined rather than interrupted by weakness or marks. On many older Jefferson nickels, Obtaining a strong strike in this area is difficult. For the 1980p, full steps examples can command meaningful premiums in high grades. However, a regular circulated coin with incomplete steps should not be treated as a rare treasure. The distinction between ordinary and exceptional examples becomes especially clear when auction records are examined. PCGS records a 1980p Jefferson nickel selling for $5,875 at Heritage Auctions in 2014, graded MS66. That figure describes one specific certified coin, not the normal value of every 1980p nickel. It reflects exceptional condition and collector competition. Using a headline auction result as a blanket price for the entire issue would give a seriously misleading picture of the market. The same caution applies to full steps auction results. Certified 1980p. Full steps nickels have brought substantially more than face value in strong grades, and published records document individual sales. But those results belong to particular coins with particular combinations of grade, strike quality, and eye appeal. They should not be transferred directly to a circulated example. In numismatics, two coins with the same date and mint mark can have dramatically different values because their physical condition differs. Errors and varieties can also change the equation, but they must be genuine. A suspected doubling, unusual shape, off-center strike, wrong plancher, or other anomaly needs careful examination before any premium is assumed. Damage from circulation, tools, chemicals, or impact can imitate mint errors. Authentication becomes especially important when an unusual coin appears valuable. Without reliable evidence, the safest conclusion is that a normal 1980p nickel is simply a common Jefferson 5-cent piece. The coin pictured here shows the expected Jefferson portrait and Monticello reverse, and the P mint mark is visible beneath the date area. Nothing in the photograph alone proves a rare mint error, special variety, or unusually high grade. The warm coloration visible on the surfaces also should not automatically be interpreted as valuable toning. A precise valuation would require sharper inspection of wear, luster, marks, strike quality, the reverse steps, and any possible mint-made abnormalities. So what should a collector realistically take from a 1980p Jefferson nickel? First, recognize the correct identity and the significance of its Philadelphia mint mark. Second, remember that its huge mintage makes ordinary examples common. Third, focus on condition, especially unusually strong strikes and clearly defined Monticello steps. Finally, separate documented market evidence from speculation. Most circulated pieces remain near face value, while exceptional certified examples can bring premiums because collectors compete for quality. In the end, the 1980p Jefferson nickel is interesting, not because every example is rare, but because it captures an important moment in United States mint mark history. A normal circulated coin is generally worth around 5 cents, while attractive uncirculated and full steps examples can be worth more, depending on grade and demand. For a precise valuation, you would need the coin's condition, confirmed mint mark, any variety or error evidence, and ideally professional authentication or certification.